Hey guys, one of the things I want to talk to you about today is meal prep. Okay, meal prep is key to this whole program. It's something that's really going to help you in life in general if you learn how to plan out your meals and prep as much of it as ahead of time. But for the Whole30 program, guys, you have to take time to do this. Once a week, sit down, look at your schedule, figure out, when are you going to be eating out? When are you going to be home to have time to cook a meal? When do you think you should throw things in a crock pot as opposed to coming home and then cooking your meal? When do you have parties and events coming up and you have to kind of plan around those things? And then once you have your meals figured out and you have your grocery list made and you go get everything you need, stick to your grocery list. When you come home, that's when you want to wash up your produce, get things chopped up and ready to go. Now, one thing I have found really helpful is that when you find a recipe you really love, make sure you're taking note of it. You want to journal throughout this whole process, what it is that you're eating, how it made you feel, did you love it, did you need to tweak it a little bit? And one of the recipes that I came across, my friend Casey recommended, was salmon cakes. Now, I will be honest, when I first heard of it, I thought that sounded disgusting. And I don't really know why. All I can think of is that I've never had anything other than like fresh salmon. So to get salmon from a can was kind of like, it sounded gross to me. And I literally put it off until like the last week of the Whole30 program. And the only reason I tried it was because so many friends were posting in the groups. We tried the salmon cakes. We love the salmon cakes. They're so easy. So let me give you a little hint. If you like salmon, try the salmon cakes. Now, I actually messed up because there are 2 salmon cake recipes in the book, and I made the Mexican version first, which was fabulous, but it doesn't make as many, and it was harder to keep them kind of stuck together as patties. So the other salmon cake recipe I really enjoy, and this is the one that I am choosing to make now. Now, I'm not just making it for my lunch today. I know this is something I'm going to enjoy. It's easy to throw together, and I can cook up as a double batch. So guys, I can have this for my lunch all week long if that's what I choose to do, right? I know Shane's going to be eating some too. But all you do is you throw all the ingredients into a bowl right here. You mix it up really good, and then you really got to get your hands in there and smush it up into patties. You put it on a pan with parchment paper. I've got my oven heating up right now. They suggest you spread like a little butter, clarified butter or ghee or some melted coconut oil over it to keep it from sticking. And then you flip them over and you cook the other side. And the awesome thing is that when I do a double batch like this, because they're so delicious and I have so many more meals now planned out thanks to my double batch salmon cakes, it just makes everything that much easier because you have them in there and you can pull them out and warm them up and they're so tasty and yummy. I like to take mine and throw them over top of a salad, or maybe I'll saute up some spinach to go with it, whatever it is I feel like doing, because my fridge is stocked with vegetables. You definitely want to do that. But the key is to choose meals that not only you enjoy, but that you can double up. So if you have the time on a Sunday to sit down and double up your recipes, do it. If you know there's a night where you really want to just cook a fresh meal, do that, but double it up so you have leftovers throughout the week to make things easier for yourself. All right, so I'm going to get to it. I'm going to mash this all up really good and stick it in the oven, and then I'll come back here and I'll show you the finished project. If you have any recipes that you love that you like to double up to have help you out throughout the week, share them in the comments below. If you have any recipes that you are not sure are Whole30 compliant or not, post them and I'll give you a little heads up if you can use them or not. I did have a question about clarified butter. You can buy that in the store. It's also really easy to make at home, and the directions for that are in the book. I just want you to be aware that if you get clarified butter from the store, make sure you check the ingredients on it. You really should be checking the ingredients on everything, because sometimes sugar is in clarified butter. So you really want to double check that. I personally found that a lot of times you will find recipes say clarified butter or coconut oil. It was easier for me to use the coconut oil. I already have plenty of that in my pantry, so I would just scoop that out and melt it up and use that in place of the clarified butter for most occasions. I wanted to give you a little hint too for like the salmon cans. Again, look at your ingredients. Like this one is purely salmon, water, salt. this is compliant. You will find other cans of salmon though that have other things in it that are not okay. So please read your labels. And there is an app, now that I think of it. Sorry, I do ramble a lot. But there is an app that is called SIFT, SIFT. Now, they say it's not 100% guaranteed, but I used it to help myself out in the store, especially that first week when I was looking for things like canned salmon, canned tuna, thinking all of it was okay, but knowing I needed to check the labels. It was a lot easier to use this app. You just scan the barcode. You set it first to let it know what you're looking for is Whole30 compliant foods. It's really cool because you could set it for different things. But you want to set it for the Whole30 compliant rule, and it will let you know if it's compliant or if it's not. If it says it's not, you definitely don't want to have it. If it says it is, still read your labels because it's not 100% perfect. There is something. I can't remember what it is now, but there was something that said it was compliant, and then when I took a better look at it, I was like, no, I don't think so, so I put it back on the shelf. But it's a tool that can help you out in a pinch when you're at the store. Oh, I know what it was. It was a sausage. When I went to go get the chicken and apple sausage the next week, the brand, the Idell's, I'm not sure how you say it, they didn't have it. And I was like, oh, I really wanted this sausage. The week before, it was my backup plan, but that week I had it in my meal plan, so I really needed the sausage. And there was like a Sam's Choice, like an off-brand chicken and apple sausage. I'm like, well, it's probably the same thing. And I scanned it, and it said it was compliant, but then when I looked at it, it had other ingredients in it that don't go along with the plan. So that was what I ended up putting back on the shelf. So just be careful, read your labels, use the app to help you, meal plan ahead of time, and do batch cooking like I'm doing right now with my salmon cakes. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions, and have a great afternoon.